All right, we are live. We're rocking and rolling. Let me get started. Thanks so much, you guys, for being on live tonight. I'm so thankful that you've taken the time out to invest in your business and be on live and to learn something new, hopefully, or at least be encouraged and motivated. Tonight, I don't really have any announcements from Team 180. I hope you guys are really rocking and rolling with, this whole size thing, and that you are really taking advantage of the fact that we have an incredible new workout program, you guys. Size is like, it's amazing. And I've already shared it with so many family and friends, and they're just like, I love this. I can't believe how much I'm sweating throughout this whole thing. I'm like, I know, it's fantastic. So make sure that you are sharing size with everybody, because this is a program that's really changing Beachbody. I can see it happening. So make sure that you're sharing it as much as possible. And that's really all I have, I think, for announcements. But I'm going to dive into the meat of this because I don't want to go over on your time. But I have so much to share with you guys. I was at, if you heard of the Global Leadership Summit, it is it's a conference. Let me turn on the chat so I can see if you guys are saying anything. If you want to chat with me, there's a chat option at the bottom too. Feel free to open that up. So Global Leadership Summit, it is held at a lot of churches. It started by Willow Creek in Chicago. And, sorry, excuse me, my throat is dry, so I'll probably be like drinking tons of water. And it is held kind of all over the country with some really big names. It's held at a church, and most all of the speakers are Christians or pastors, but there's a lot of just business people that are also speakers that have a lot of great insight to share. So my talk tonight is called How to Move from Rookie Coach to Rockstar Coach. And I hope you are excited. I hope you are ready to take notes, because I'm telling you, all of this stuff, I was like, oh, this is gold. This is so good. But I have to tell you that a lot of this stuff is coming from a talk I heard. Liz Wiseman, she's the president of the Wiseman Group, and she's the best-selling author, but she gave this talk, and it talked about a lot of this stuff, and I'm getting a lot of this stuff from her, but I have to share it because it's so good, and I didn't know how else to do it. I feel like this is the perfect setting. So let me start. Let me talk about rookie coaches. So maybe you feel like you're a rookie coach, and maybe you're feeling like this is just like a little overwhelming. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. And I just feel like I'm such a rookie. Well, let me just tell you, if you have any desire to grow your business as a new coach or a newer coach, or even a coach who's been on the team for a while, when you have a desire, and even just by you guys showing up tonight on the call, let me just tell you that shows me that you have that burning desire to build your business in some way, shape, or form. And so let me just tell you that is the best first step, and I'm excited you're on. But I wrote down, here's the definition of a rookie: is someone who is new or inexperienced, or someone with a great desire to grow and succeed. So if you are a rookie, be proud of that. Be proud that you're a rookie, and embrace it, because that means that you're ready to rock and roll, that you're excited, that you are trying to learn and grow as much as you can, and you want to succeed, and you want to be successful, and you're hungry for this opportunity. And so being a rookie is not a bad thing, but we want to take you from rookie to rock star, because you want to succeed and you want to move past that rookie stage to learn and grow, and apply things that are going to get you to where you want to go, that are going to help you meet these goals that you need to meet. Okay, so she said one of her things is that learning beats knowing. So if you feel like as a new coach, you're like, man, I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. Let me just tell you, and she's right when she says that learning beats knowing, because if you know everything and things really aren't working out, then you're not really in a good spot. So to always be in a constant state of learning is so much better than being in a place where you know everything, you know how to run your business. So if you feel like you are drowning in trying to learn everything, you're actually in a really good spot. So embrace that, and we're gonna talk through that tonight. I made a note. Too many rookies get stuck at the bottom of the mountain looking up, and that's where they get overwhelmed and defeated. So someone who's really wanting to be successful in this business, you are probably at some point, because I was there constantly, You're probably looking up, you're standing at the bottom of this coaching mountain, and you're like, okay, I really want to be way up there. I want to be really successful. I want to replace my full-time income, or I want to help as many people as I possibly can get healthy. I don't know what exactly your goal is, but you're probably standing there going, how on earth am I supposed to get up there? When is this going to happen? And you're probably feeling a little overwhelmed. So if you're there, that's okay. Totally normal. I've been there. And in fact, this is a roller coaster. That book, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy, read it if you haven't. That is a excellent read. Highly recommend it. But it's true. It's such a roller coaster. This business is such a roller coaster. So you're going to have those moments where you're still, even if you're 6 months to a year or 2 years into it, you're probably still going to sometimes feel like you're like, I'm working so hard and I'm doing everything possible, and I still feel like I'm drowning, or that I'm just looking up at this mountain. And so don't be discouraged if you're there. Please don't be discouraged, because this is part of it. This is part of being an entrepreneur, is that we get to do this. We design what we want our future to look like and what we want our business to look like. We design that. And so, but it also means that it's on our shoulders. We've got to learn, and we've got to be in a constant state of learning and be hungry to learn more. So let's dive into this. So as a rookie, you're standing there at the base of the mountain looking up going, okay, how am I supposed to get there? I want that so bad. And I'm sure you're hungry for it, and you're probably going, oh, just get me there, okay? If you're there, I love it, because that's where I am. I've always been so hungry for this business and for helping people and for reaping the rewards of what this business allows us to do. I've always been so hungry for that, and I hope you are too. And I know that we're headed in the right direction. So how do you dive in? Number one, you ask a lot of questions. So if you're a rookie coach where you're just hungry for it, I want you to, if you're not already, I want you to be asking a ton of questions. You are never, it's never an inconvenience to me. If I'm your upline coach, it's never an inconvenience to whoever your upline coach is for you to ask questions constantly, because when you're asking questions, it means you're growing and you're learning and you're developing. And as your coach, if I'm your coach, I want nothing more for you than to grow and to develop as a leader and as, as a successful coach. So ask as many questions as possible. I want you to keep a running list of your questions. So as you're working throughout the day, as you're on the go, wherever you're at, if there's a question that pops in your head, I want you to take some time. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to text it to me, text it to whoever your upline coach is, and make sure that you're constantly asking questions so that you know. As a new coach, you should be asking a lot of questions all the time. Okay, number two, how do you start to conquer this mountain? You've got to know that this takes baby steps. That the successful coaches that you see aren't taking massive leaps, like they're not conquering half of the mountain in a day. This is something that takes baby steps. And as you know, as I try and hammer into your heads, because it's been hammered into mine, that consistency is key in this business. That when you show up every day, whether you have 30 minutes or 6 hours or, just spurts of time here and there scattered throughout your day, just show up every day and be consistent. But you've got to understand that this happens in baby steps, that you've just got to keep moving forward, that every day you show up is forward moving progress. I mean, you are making progress as long as you're showing up, right? So you've got to do that, but you've got to understand that it happens in baby steps, and get used to that. So be okay with taking it, being hungry and driving and working every day, but your effort may not be matched by the check you see every week. But you have to be okay with that for the first 6 months to a year. You've got to be okay with that, because what happens in this business, and if you didn't watch the video that I created just not too long ago about my income, where I kind of shared what I made per hour in the beginning of my business as opposed to what I make per hour now. And for some of you, it may not be about the money at all. So don't disregard this part, but I really want to just tell you, and I want you to know that in the beginning, you're going to work harder, and you're not going to be compensated necessarily for your work. So if you feel like that, which is probably the majority of you, you're like, listen, I do these challenge groups. I post all the time. I'm reading. I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. And I'm not seeing a massive paycheck every week, right? If you're feeling that way, that's okay. I went through that. Every coach goes through that. You put more time and effort in the beginning for little pay, so that eventually down the road, because of your consistency, you're going to put less time in and get paid way more than the time you put in. That is the nature of this business. I'm not selling you any false promises. I'm not telling you you're going to make a ton of money if you're just kind of like, I try it here and there, make it a hobby. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that if you truly make this something that is a non-negotiable for you every day, you show up, you do the 3 vital behaviors, you are building relationships, new relationships with people every day, and you're truly genuinely caring for the health of the people who are in your groups, who you're connecting with. When you make that a priority, the natural way and progression of this business is that you will grow as you build a team. You're going to build your income, and it's going to reverse eventually. But that's only if you are consistent, you stick with it, you're determined, and you're hungry, and you're helping people on a daily basis. But that is the nature of this business. But it takes baby steps, and you've got to commit from the very beginning and say, I'm willing to do this, even when I'm not getting paid a whole lot of money. And even when a lot of people are saying, no thanks, Shakeology is too expensive. I'd rather do CrossFit. I don't really know. I don't know that, that stuff would work for me. You've got to be consistent through that stuff. That's the nature of the beast. That is part of our business. That's a part of life because not everybody's going to love what we're doing. Not everybody's going to love and want to be a part of everything that we've got going on. That's just the nature of it. But this is network marketing, and it requires us to move beyond the people who say no and look for the people who are going to say yes, who are going to get connected to what we're doing, and who are going to allow us to invest in their life so that they can benefit ultimately and that they can have life-changing results. And we get to be a small part of that. And that's really why we do what we do. But you got to keep in mind that it does take baby steps, and you got to be willing to take those baby steps and stay committed to the process. Number 3, you've got to get desperate. Okay, so that sounds a little weird. And you're probably like, oh, what? Oh, what do you mean? You got to get desperate. That's a little funky. What do you mean by that? You got to get resourceful, okay? So you've got to get desperate, which is going to ultimately force you to become resourceful as a coach. For me, and I can tell you this because this has always been the way I've approached this business the second time around, because I quit. I was coach first, I quit, and then I came back. And I'm so thankful I did because I've got my head on straight. I've been ready to go from day one. I've been hungry. I've been resourceful. This is where, as coaches, when you are desperate, and don't think of desperate as in like desperate salesperson, like please buy from me, please join my boot camps. Like that's not what I'm talking about when I say desperate. What I mean when I say desperate is that you've got to be so desperate to be successful, to help people experience life change. You've got to be so desperate that you're going to help the people around you find true health, because if you don't, you understand that these people are going to live with health issues, that they're going to potentially have shorter lifespans, that their families are not going to function as well as they possibly could. So you've got to be desperate to help people. That's what I'm talking about when I say desperate, not in a bad way, but in a good way, a good, hungry, desperate way, right? And this is where we tend to do our best thinking. This is when we tend to become resourceful, where we say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my neighbor to join my boot camp so that I can work with them every day, so that I can encourage them, that I can inspire them to better health. Because I know that when my neighbor gets healthy, their husband's going to get healthy. And when their husband gets healthy, then their husband's dad is going to get healthy. That's what I'm talking about. You've got to get desperate to help people around you, because if you are a coach now, you have been impacted by our products in some way, shape, or form, and you know that they work. So you've got to be resourceful in figuring out a way to reach everyone around you, and the people who are coming to your website, who are coming to your Instagram account. You've got to be desperate to get resourceful, to give them things, to think outside of the box, to not just stick within the typical, like, I'm going to share a picture of my workout. I'm going to hope that people come to me, and I'm going to hope that they sign up with me and ask me about my boot camp. No. That's not gonna get the attention of your neighbor, right? That it's not. I mean, it's great, and I want to encourage you to always share photos of what you're doing and sharing your life. But you've gotta, if you're gonna be successful in this business, if you're going to start climbing this mountain and really make an impact and make headway, you've gotta start finding the resources that it takes to attract those people who need you, who need this healthy life change. You've got to be resourceful. So think outside of the box, right? What does that take for you? What does that mean? It's going to mean getting outside of your comfort zone. It's probably going to mean you getting on a webinar and explaining the coach opportunity to the people that you know, and not just letting me do it all the time, right? It's going to mean hosting a local boot camp with people around you, inviting them to your garage to work out with you once a week. Or it's going to mean inviting a bunch of people over and having a shake and share party. We don't do home parties. We're not required to do that by any means, but if, it's just kind of a fun way sometimes to get people to try the shakes and, just have a party, hang out. I don't know. But it's going to take you being resourceful, using different kinds of challenge groups on a monthly basis, not just doing the same old thing every month, and just thinking outside the box. How can you get a hold of the people and get their attention, get the attention of people around you to help impact their life, their health? We have such an incredible opportunity to do that. We've got the best tools on the planet. Shakeology there's nothing that compares to Shakeology out on the market. As much as people try and say that there is not something that compares to Shakeology and what it can do for your body and your health. So get resourceful. And here's what I want to encourage you to do too. Like I said in the beginning, I want you to keep another running list of the ideas that pop in your head. So if you're like driving down the road and you're like, oh my gosh, I could do a challenge group that does this. I could have, I love that some of the coaches on our team were doing a couples boot camp. That's awesome. Way to be resourceful, way to think outside of the box and do something different. Think about those sorts of things. But whenever an idea comes to you, write it down. Be in a constant state of moving forward by jotting down every idea that you have, that when you sit down to work, you can come back to and say, okay, I'm going to make this happen and make it happen. Don't wait. That's the thing. That's the next point I want to make. Do challenging things. Number 4, do challenging things, but don't wait. Don't think, oh man, once I learn more about how to do a challenge group, once I learn more about how to have a good conversation, once I learn more about how to present the business opportunity, then I'm going to do it. Don't wait. Don't wait. In order to move from rookie to rock star, you can't be a rookie for 2 years before you become a rock star coach. Don't hang out there. Do whatever you can and don't wait. So if you think in your head right now, you're going, yeah, I probably should run a business opportunity webinar. I want you to right now, just take a second. I want you to write down the date. And if it's next week, sweet, good for you. Do it, make it happen. But I want you to write down the date. Make it happen. Don't wait until you know all the facts. So, and just like I said, asking questions, if you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do a business webinar. Email me. I'll email you my template. I just literally minutes ago got off of presenting the business to Michelle's team. And I have, where'd it go? I have a template. Look, these are my notes that I have. It's a lot of stuff going on here. But I'll send you this. I'll send this to you so that you have it. Ask questions. Ask me, hey, how does that work? I want to do it. I'm all in. Let's do it. And I will help you. I'll give you those tools and resources. If I'm not your upline coach, your upline coach will help you and give you the resources. But please don't wait. If you're hungry for this business, do things now. Stop waiting until you feel like you have more experience or until you feel more comfortable, because experience is going to bring that confidence. It's going to bring that comfort where you're just like, you're just like whizzing things out. Like you're just like, listen, here's a new challenge group. Here's a business opportunity webinar, whatever. You're just knocking them out. So don't wait. I even made a note, get uncomfortable doing comfortable things. Don't don't let yourself get into a place where you're comfortable just like flying under the radar, hoping that people are going to sign up for your challenge group, doing the same things. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of there, please. There's nothing more rewarding than when you step outside of your comfort zone. Guess what? If you fail, that's okay. That's actually part of it. It's good to fail because you learn from your mistakes. You know how to do it better the next time. So be okay with failing. Fail as many times as you can so that you know how to succeed. People who are successful, they weren't successful every step of the way. They failed probably more than they were ever successful. We get to see the highlights of people's life, of the people who are successful. We don't get to see all the failures that happen behind the scenes. But trust me, they didn't get to where they were at by just succeeding all of the time, by hosting their first coach opportunity webinar and nailing it and just knocking it out of the park. That's not how it happened. For me, when I first did my first business opportunity webinar, I was freaked out. I was so scared. I was like, are people even gonna like me? Is this gonna come across? Like, am I supposed to like just read this like word for word because I'm so nervous? Am I gonna remember everything? And it was not great. I can tell you that. I know it wasn't great. I've watched the replay of it. It wasn't good, but I've learned from that. And every time since then that I've presented the business opportunity on a webinar, it's gotten better and better because I'm practicing, because I'm doing it. I'm not waiting until I feel more comfortable. I just do it. Just do it and don't wait. All right, so that's my challenge for you as a rookie coach. Now, I know my time is running short, but I want to, for those of you who are more, I guess I could just call them veteran coaches, so people who've been coaching for a little while, who maybe have hit some rank advancements, I want to talk to you for a second too. And I love these things that she said, because a lot of times, like we said from the beginning, that learning beats knowing. So if you're a rookie, if you're a more of a veteran coach and you're not still just hungry to learn more every day, and you're more comfortable with just like, you feel like, okay, I feel like I know the ins and outs. I'm just going to kind of get into like, just, I'm just going to sail through this. And I'm just going to do this, make it happen. Here, let me just tell you real quick, signs that you're on a plateau for you veteran coaches. Ready? Number one, if things are just running super smoothly and you're like, oh, this is good, I can do this. Things may not be like accelerating, but they're just kind of coasting, running smoothly, doing okay. You might be on a plateau. If you feel like you already have all of the answers and you don't have to ask questions, you're probably on a plateau. If you are always getting positive feedback and you're not getting any negative feedback at all, you're probably on a plateau. If you've become a mentor and you don't have somebody pouring into you, you just feel like you're constantly pouring down into other people, and you don't have somebody pouring into you, you're probably on a plateau. If you are really busy with your business, but you're kind of bored, you're like, this is all right. I'm busy. I'm doing things. I got a lot to do, but you're kind of bored. You don't have a lot of joy in what you're doing. You're probably on a plateau. So how do you bust through that plateau? How do you come back, and how do you maintain ROCKSTAR? How do you get back to ROCKSTAR status? All right, real quick, because I know my time is running short. 5 ways to get back to that ROCKSTAR status where you're growing and you are just rocking it out and you're advancing in your business and you're connecting with more people. Here's 5 ways. You ready? For you veteran coaches, number 1, throw away your notes. Throw away your notes. I love this. I love when she said this. Get rid of your notes. Get rid of the typical things you do and you say, right? Just do new things, say new things, incorporate new things into your business, but throw away your notes. Number 2, ask questions. Here we are back at the questions. Learning beats knowing. You should always be asking questions. I'm asking Michelle Myers questions a lot. I'm asking Liz Patton and other coaches who are further ahead in their businesses than I am. I'm constantly texting them. Hey, have you tried this before? How did it go? What's going on with this? Hey, so I have this customer and I really just, I'm having some issues. Can you help me? Have you dealt with this before? Whatever it is, I'm always asking questions. Hey, have you run this kind of webinar? Whatever. So I'm always trying to ask questions because I feel like I definitely don't know everything. And I want to always grow. I want to keep things fresh every month. By asking questions, I want to keep my business fresh, and going. Okay, so number 3, admit what you don't know. And here's where I think a lot of coaches, this will stop coaches in their tracks. And maybe you've been here where people, customers or other coaches, they ask you questions that you don't know the answers to, right? That is freaky. And I think we all have experienced that where we're like, I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get caught and have to say, I don't know. Because then you feel, well, maybe I don't know enough. I don't have enough experience, and now I feel like I'm unprofessional, and people aren't going to trust me or want to join anything I'm doing. Honestly, it's okay to admit what you don't know, and that's where the asking question comes into play. Is just when you don't know something, it's okay, and it's okay to say so. You have to be human, and you have to let people know, hey, listen, I don't know all the answers, but here's my experience, and here's what I'm learning, and here's what's allowing me to grow. I don't know the answer to your question. Let me get back to you, right? So it's okay. Admit what you don't know. That's okay. And that's going to keep things fresh, because what does that force you to do? It forces you to go and ask questions and learn, and that moves you forward. Anytime you're asking questions and learning, you're moving forward. Okay. And number 4, let someone else take the lead. So if you're a veteran coach, if you've got a team, even if you have one coach who signed up with you, if you have one coach, you have a team. Let me just remind you of that. Too many coaches feel like, I don't have a team yet. I only have like 1 or 2 coaches. You got one person signed up. You've got a team, because guess what? They chose you. They are under your leadership. They are under your watch, and they are wanting to learn and grow from you. So you have a team, even if it's one person. But let someone else take the lead. So even if you have one other person on your team, let them take the lead from time to time. Give them responsibility. Let them take over, maybe a team call, or maybe, doing some posts on your team page or your challenge groups. Let them take the lead from time to time. Give them responsibility to do, because that's going to grow them. It's going to be fresh and help your business remain fresh and exciting, because you've got other people with their input. It's not just you all the time. So let other people take the lead, and you can learn from them too. We're never, we've always have things to learn from our team and from our coaches, even the new coaches, right? So, yes, so let somebody else take the lead. But let me just encourage you that moving from rookie to rock star, again, you may be thinking, oh, it's so far away because I've got so much work to do, and I've been putting so much time and energy and effort into this business. I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I don't feel like I'm reaping the benefits from it. You're not alone. You are not the only coach on the planet who you feel like you can't sell something, or you feel like you can't sign a coach, because I've been there. Like, I mean, even I've been there so much. I wish I could just tell you. I wish I could just share that with you, that like I've been there and I've felt that, and I know what it's like to feel like nobody really wants to sign up with me. Who on earth am I going to connect with next? Like, where am I supposed to go from here? I've talked to everybody and nobody wants to be a part of my team. And, I've absolutely been there. So you just have to understand that this business takes time. It takes baby steps, and it takes asking a lot of questions, but it takes applying what you're learning, applying it immediately. Don't wait. Stop waiting and hoping that you're going to just somehow people are just going to start coming to you. You've got to be so proactive with this business every single day. If you feel like you're just right now, you're just kind of being reactive, like you're waiting for people to come to you and then you're responding and then you're inviting, then you're doing it all backwards. And you've got to start turning that around, and you've got to start working your business extremely proactively. Does that work? Extremely proactively? I don't even care. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that even makes sense. But you've got to be proactive. You've got to be the one to put it out there and to connect with people and to invite and to encourage and to motivate. You've got to be the one constantly taking the baby steps up that mountain and leading the way. Because when you lead the way and you lead you build your business and you go for it and you don't wait, and you ask a lot of questions, when you're doing those things, you're going to invite people to join your team, and they're going to be like, man, I want to run my business just like she does. I want to run as fast as she does. I want what she's doing, because what she's doing is important and it's making a difference. And I want to do that. I want life change like I've seen with her, you know? So I want you to lead your team well by doing these, apply these things. If you feel like you're a rookie, you're in a good place. A rookie is a good thing. So embrace it and do these things, these 4 things that I've given you. I want you to do them and do them every single day. And embrace the hunger for this business, please. Embrace it and write down your ideas. Remain hungry. Let me just tell you, you've got to remain hungry in order to be successful, because once that hunger starts to die down, you've got to do something to get it back. So, and I always say this too, whenever you feel like, you know, that hunger is dying down, take a day and invest in personal development. When you feel like, oh, I'm just not feeling that joy like I once did, invest in personal development. I'm not saying financially necessarily, because you know we've got that success tab in the back office that is money, and we've got platinumpresenters.com that you are a part of. If you haven't signed up and registered for that, that's money too, the recorded calls. But spend a lot of time in personal development, because that is going to reignite that hunger within you, because you're a coach on this team for a reason. You signed up as a coach for a reason. And so I want you to always be working on yourself and learning and growing, because that's how you're going to be successful. And that's how you're going to get to the top of that mountain. That's how you're going to keep going after every baby step when things get tough. You're going to keep going because you are hungry for this business and for whatever it is that your why is, why you signed up, and what you want out of this business. Remain hungry and remain faithful to that every day, and show up. And I promise you, you guys, this opportunity, I'm so passionate, clearly, about it, because it has changed my life so much. In every way, shape, or form, it has changed my life. And so I want it to change your life in the same way. And I'm so excited I was able to hear this talk by Liz and to get these notes and to share this with you. I really hope that you are, you know, I hope that you're in a place right now where you feel excited and encouraged and really ready to just go for it. That's my prayer for you. And that you would, again, ask a lot of questions, go for it, don't wait. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy this, because this is huge. What we're doing makes a difference in the lives of so many people. And you don't really realize it until you start looking back and going, man, you know, this has a really, really powerful ripple effect. And it all is happening because I'm choosing to show up every day. And I'm choosing to make this ripple effect happen and to continue doing it day after day after day. So what you're doing matters. I hope you know that even on the days where you feel like everybody's saying no and nobody wants to join your team and you don't feel very confident, what you're doing matters. And by showing up and building relationships with people, that matters. Because our life, we're meant to serve others. We're meant to do life together. We're not meant to do any of this alone. So when you reach out to somebody who needs that community and you invite them to that, you're making an impact far greater than you'll ever realize. So I just want to encourage you with that. And I just want you to know that I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and that we're doing this together, that we're on this journey together. And just know I'm here for you. I want to see you succeed. And I want you to always know that you have me, you've got your upline coach, and us as a Team 180 community. We're here for you. So let me know if you have any questions, of course. And if I'm not your upline, make sure you get with your upline and you can discuss this call. Maybe you have further questions or just kind of want to discuss your goals moving forward. Maybe that's something you want to cover. But definitely make that a priority. And then just let me know. But thanks so much for being on live. I'm going to post this recording in our team page as soon as I can, whether either tonight or tomorrow for sure. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for your time. And I'll be around. So just feel free to shoot me a text or email or whatever on our team page, and we can talk about it. So, all right. Have a fantastic evening, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.